Where do I start? Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This is going to be a reflection video. One thing I like to do is after a great adventure, look back and reflect on everything that's happened. And I normally just do that by myself, and I kind of just like think like, oh, okay, that worked out, this didn't work out, so I won't do that again. But I thought maybe this time I'd do it with you guys. Because it's crazy to me to think that if I never crashed my car because of a table that flew off of another car, I would have never gotten $1,500 from the guy whose table I ran over to pay for this amazing camera, to also inspire myself to make more content, to be happier with life, to force myself to have interviews with people, to do all these things that are outside of the norm for me. Which ultimately led to me impulse buying TanaCon tickets and an airplane ticket and a hotel room and flying out there to basically go on this roller coaster ride of a disaster in the most beautiful way, to meet some of the most amazing people that I've ever met in my life, and to be able to just say that I had a great experience and I want to do more. There's only two things that stick out in my mind that I could have avoided. By not following my gut, I ended up, one, spending more money than I should have, and two, not having as great of a time as I could have to make it an otherwise perfect trip. First thing is with TanaCon. Now, after TanaCon ended on day 1, we were supposed to have a day 2, but that didn't happen. I was at a loss of things to do. I remember I tried contacting a bunch of people being like, hey, what are you guys doing? The only person who responded to me was this girl who said that she was gonna go back to the hotel and see if she can stalk celebrities. I thought, you know what, that might be a okay video. I don't know what I want to do with that, but alright, whatever. And then a friend contacted me and said, hey, I didn't realize you're in Anaheim. I'm actually here for VidCon. Now, I've known this guy from live streaming. He left the platform that I was on, and he kind of went and did his own thing, and we kind of lost contact. So we ended up meeting, we ended up grabbing lunch, and it was actually a really fun time. I got to go to the outside of VidCon. I got to meet some people who I never thought that I would meet anytime soon. Oh my god! Whoa! What's up?
Yo, it's my boy, man.
God.
I had to come out. I told James that I was coming to see you, and he was like, yo, I'm coming too, man.
And so that was really cool. Now, the whole plan was I was going to hang out with him today, and then I was going to go back to my hotel, and I was going to work on my video, and I was going to get my video out on time, and then the next day, I was going to catch an Uber all the way to Venice Beach. Now, that Uber ride would have been about maybe like... I was gonna catch an $80 Uber ride over to Venice Beach where he was staying. We were gonna record one of his original songs. I was gonna film the behind the scenes of it, and he was gonna drive me back to my place. Like, and I really wish that this plan had worked out. Instead, what had happened was he convinced me to save money to go and stay at his hotel for the night. He was gonna go out drinking and partying or whatever, and I was gonna end up working on my video at his hotel, and that would have been, you know, that would have been it. The thing is that something deep down didn't feel right. I ended up riding out there with him. As we were riding there, I couldn't help but shake the feeling that I made the wrong choice. I get a text from the mother who bought me bottled water, and she said, Grant, my daughters are really big fans of you and they would love to meet you. Can we take you to dinner? I felt really bad because there's probably not another chance that I would have with this. I really wanted to talk to that mother one more time and really truly express the thanks that I had for taking me to Target, to getting me bottled water, and the fact that her daughters really enjoyed my video makes me feel even worse that I couldn't like at least like say thank you to them for supporting me. But then I was like, no, you know what? This is probably gonna be a good experience. I'm probably gonna have fun. 2 hours later, I get another text from my two friends, West and Albert, the two people who followed me throughout majority of TanaCon. And they said, hey Grant, we're in downtown Disney. Would you like to watch fireworks with us? And I feel awful because I didn't even get to say goodbye to them. We got separated towards the ending of the day and I couldn't find them after that, and it made me feel even worse. I could have gone to dinner with the mom and her daughters, and then I could have gone from there to downtown Disney to watch fireworks with the two coolest people that I met at TanaCon. That would have been the perfect way to end the day. It would have been the perfect vlog. It would have been absolutely majestic to say that I was able to accomplish all that, but I didn't, because I went against my intuition. I went against what my gut feeling was just because I wanted to save money. I spent $2,000 to get out there. What would have been 80 more? Long story short, two girls that we met up with before during the day ended up coming over. I wasn't aware of this, and they kind of peer pressured me into going out because they're like, oh, you should have fun. But I know whenever somebody says that, that's counterproductive to me. I really have fun when I'm making videos. That's the thing about me, and that's something I want all of you to understand, is when I'm editing videos at home and I'm putting the pieces together to make a great video, I'm having fun. That to me is fun, not going out clubbing and taking care of a 21-year-old drunken girl whose older sister is not doing her job and she starts making out with all these other guys, and I end up like having to catch an Uber ride back to the hotel at 3 in the morning, and then I just end up sleeping on the floor because I didn't realize that I could have just stayed at my own hotel. That felt better. I feel better. What I learned from that event was, if you know that someone is an alcoholic, don't hang out with them to the point where you're not gonna be productive. But see, the thing too is, I made that mistake again at Anime Expo. I won't go into the details of it, but I decided not to go back to my hotel room to finish up a video, and I ended up spending $50 on sushi because everybody wanted to have a shared family experience when I just wanted to eat my half-eaten sandwich that I had the day before, which I didn't finish because I was too full to See, the more I think about it, and I don't want to get this aggravated about it, but I think it's important that you guys see that bad things can happen, and it can stress me out. But the thing is, when you get stressed out about something, it's up to you to just be stressed out or to look at it and try to turn your perspective around. And that's what I want to do right now. One, I remember why I don't go out to clubs, and I remember why I don't drink, because there's a bunch of idiots there that I don't want to deal with. Two, if you have to get something done, don't procrastinate. I really shouldn't have procrastinated, but I did, and that to me is my fault, and I need to have more determination not to next time. But you know, the thing is, because I'm going out more and I'm doing all these things, it does get a lot more tempting, especially when you're alone in a hotel room by yourself, just editing, working on videos for hours. It does get lonely, and I think that my day 0 of Anime Expo portrays that. If you go all into work, it's not healthy, but the times that I feel like I've been most productive were the times when I didn't get swayed by somebody else telling me that I should do this. I think the best thing to take away from this situation is just learning to say no. Because I'm a yes person, you know, I want to please everybody. If you look at all my videos, I try my best to reply to everybody. Is this video making sense? I don't really know. This video might just go into my archives and never see the light of day. But whether or not this video makes it onto my channel, I think the best thing is that I can reflect on it. I can watch it and I can be like, you know what? I was right, or I was wrong, or maybe that was a different perspective from a different time. That's another reason why I'm actually really enjoying just expressing myself on YouTube, is because I can look back at my previous videos and be like, wow, I was really dumb. But you know, things just work out one way or another. I went back to my job. I have a job again, so I'm not concerned at all about the credit card debt that I have. That was an issue that some people had. They're like, Grant, you're not smart. You're spending all this money and you don't have a job. You don't have enough money to pay for it. If I win the lottery tomorrow, like if I somehow acquire an insanely huge amount of money, I could pay off my credit card debt like that, and I'd still have all these amazing experiences. I would still be friends with all these amazing people. I would be happier because I went on this adventure. But if I never went on this adventure and I just stayed at home and I didn't buy my camera, I didn't start vlogging, none of this would have happened. I would have a lot of money, but I probably wouldn't be as happy as I am. And I think that that's the moral that we can really take away from this. It seems like all the times when I wanted to put a risk into spending money, it paid off in experience and happiness tenfold. The times when I really tried to save money, I often regretted it, and I often felt like I shouldn't have done that. I'm not saying to rack up your credit card, but I'm saying that there are times when you'll need to invest into an experience. And I think that to me was worth the amount of money I spent. I was in a really bad slump. I wasn't able to get out, and people who tell me that they worry about me, I honestly don't know how much they do. Let me give you an example. On Facebook, I posted something something when I was going through my depression. And I said, what makes you happy? Now, see, the funniest thing is whenever I post on Facebook, nobody really cares. Once you give them an opportunity to voice their opinions, oh, they'll flood your comment section. I had 70 comments of people telling me what made them happy. People who said their family, their friends, their girlfriend, their boyfriend, anime, food. Some people were being serious, some people told jokes, but when you really look at it, it was all about them. Out of 70 comments, only one person direct messaged me and said, hey Grant, are you okay? Because this post that you made was very out of the norm for you. Out of like all of those people, only one person actually came to me and said, hey, are you okay? That person genuinely cares for me. I can tell that. We've had a great friendship. She lives on the other side of the world though. It's very difficult for us to keep in contact, but when we do, we just talk as if there was never any pause in our friendship. Albert and Wes, Stacy, these are people who are new to my life, but I can already feel that they're genuine people and they've given me more than I could ever ask for. With Albert and Wes, I felt comfortable just talking with them, and we still contact each other. They're planning to come to Hawaii at one point to visit me. I think that's amazing. And with Stacy, she was so lovely to just take a risk to come and meet me, to drive me around, take me to Chipotle and have me experience it, even though like it wasn't amazing. She wanted me to have that experience. And I remember when she dropped me off that I genuinely felt sad. Like, I barely knew her, but I felt like we connected so much off camera that it is as if she was a really good friend. And even if we don't stay friends for the rest of our lives, the quality of time that we all spent together, that alone was worth the amount of money I spent to go to TanaCon and to go to Anime Expo. Those moments you can't pay for. They're priceless. And for all the people who I've met throughout this adventure, like, you guys all made this experience worthwhile to me. Even if it was just me playing you my Shane Dawson song and you enjoyed it, that made my experience there all the more better. Speaking of people, I have not been able to find that little guy in the blue and orange shirt with the baseball cap. If anybody knows who he is, please send me his Twitter or something so I can keep in contact with him. I wanted to thank him for being so cool. But with that said, this channel will probably go back to its regularly scheduled content. We'll have videos every Tuesday at 7 AM Hawaii time, maybe Mondays and Wednesdays depending on how many videos I want to come out with, but I've learned by uploading a video yesterday that weekends are very bad to upload. That's another learning experience. I learned not to upload on weekends. Hey! If you want to watch the video that I uploaded this past weekend, I'll leave it right here in the description. Wait, is it right? Am I right? I'll leave the video right up here because I think that that video is a very inspiring and influential video for those people who are lost in life. I honestly feel like this channel has turned into like a life coaching, like self-help channel, and I never intended that. But if you guys want this to be more geared towards that, I will definitely put forth all my effort to make it happen. I've known these things for a long time. I've known that the only two things you can control in life is your action and your thoughts, but it wasn't until this experience unfolded for me did I really put these into practice. By putting them into practice, I've realized that it really does work. And to all of those who were at TanaCon, to all of those who were at Anime Expo, to all of those who were in my videos, thank you. Because without all of you guys, I couldn't make this. And I really want to do more. I want to see the world for the first time. Like, I've always wanted, I never really cared to go out and see the world before, but now that I've gotten bit by the travel bug, I kind of want to. And of course, I want to take you guys along for the ride. I want to show you guys all of Hawaii, because Hawaii is paradise, and I sometimes forget that I live in paradise. It'd be a shame if you guys couldn't see it the way that I do. And if you have an inspiring story to share, please do. A lot of people started talking to me about what they've been going through in life, and some stories made me cry to know that somebody went through so much and I somehow gave them inspiration to look at their life in a different perspective. That to me is priceless, and I never would have been able to connect with you guys if it wasn't for TanaCon. So honestly, I really owe Tana a lot. If it wasn't for her, none of this would have happened. Like I said, there's only two things you can control in your life: your actions and your thoughts. I chose to go to TanaCon, and I chose to believe that it was the best experience of my life, and it paid off tenfold because I couldn't be happier. Being able to talk with all of you guys out there, That's amazing. And it's funny because the worst part about the trip wasn't even TanaCon. It was just a bad choice on my part. When I look back at it, everything worked out the way it was supposed to. Oh yeah, and I also have more merch. For the people who have bought like the shirts and the hoodies and all that, it really has helped me out to help pay back my credit card debt. Every little bit does count. So I made coffee mugs, I made tote bags, and I have a new design of a shirt that says I wear bow ties. But if you would also like to further support me, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/GrantUchida. I haven't been working on my Patreon account because I've just been so overwhelmed with everything. Whew, okay, that's all I need to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. But I guess I'll see you on next Tuesday unless I upload another video. Bye guys.